Get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Roll one up, let's catch this flight. Pour another cup, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid.
Hey, yo, we back at it again. You know, it's your boy Ray's podcast. Coming live now, you know, from the 10th floor of Hello Studios. You know, we done moved up like the Jeffersons in this thing. You know, beautiful downtown Dallas. Such a grateful, blessed day to be alive. Thank you for life, health, and strength today. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy one more time. We got a special show today, though. It ain't like the normal show. We got a round table. And the words of Cat Williams, right now, we kind of have an unnatural allegiance to losers, and that's what we're gonna. That's what we're gonna kind of talk about today, about this unnatural allegiance we have with the Dallas Cowboys. You know, we got some great guests on this round table. I'm gonna introduce everyone one by one in just a second, but you know, this is the part of the show where I gotta uplift those spirits. We gotta reset that day, make sure everybody's vibing right. All right. So just in case somebody told you today, I just want you to know that you're beautiful. You're loved, you're needed, you're alive for a reason. Hey, you're stronger than you think. Whatever it is you're going through right now, you're going to get through this. See, on this show, Ray's podcast, we're all glad that you're alive and don't give up. So keep them positive words in your mind. I promise when things, hard times come and try to attack you, you can go back to that like, you know, I am who I say I am. Bet. So on this panel, talking about this, these losers that we love, that we're loyal to. I'm sorry, I can't say that. I love it. We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, all right? Things didn't go the way we wanted them to go. Yeah. Things didn't end the way it was supposed to end. It was the end of the road, as boys and men like to say, you know, unfortunately. So let me tell you about who we got on this panel right here. We're going to talk about this, all right? You know, we got the girl, Rhea. You know, she's a sideline reporter. You can catch her at the Mavs games, SMU, I guess now the UFL, because XFL and USL merged. So give it up to the girl Rhea. What's up? How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good.
You good? Welcome back.
Thanks
Welcome
for
back
having
again.
me.
Welcome
Thank
back. Okay. Let's go back down the line here. Who else we got in here? We got Mr. Fourth and Long himself, host of the Unfiltered podcast with Jesse Holly. Shout out to the man Jesse Holly back in the building. What's up, my guy?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
I'm well. The sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel when I speak.
Okay. Who else we got in here? We got the radio voice man himself here. You know, Mr. Deep Voice, Barry White of sports in the building. Shout out to my guy, Law Nation. Law, what's up, baby? What's up? How we doing?
Oh, man, all is well, man. I'm just still going through the emotions right now. Come on, Cowboys.
5 days of grief.
Yeah.
And then we got a special guest, you know, special musical artist in the building. He's going to pop in here in a second. But, you know, we got to get this thing rolling. We got to do it. Time is money, baby. Let's go. All right. So the season didn't end the way we wanted it to, obviously. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I want everyone to kind of talk about what their thoughts were on this season. Let's start off with my man, Jesse Holly.
A failure. And I mean that in the nicest, most disrespectful way possible.
Right.
Because when you set out on this journey, at draft, and you get into OTAs and mini camps and all that kind of stuff, the goal is, and this is, and the fair part thing to say is, it's going to be a failure for 31 other teams as well.
True.
Right? It's going to be a failure for 31 other teams. But your goal set out to first thing is to win a division.
Right.
And then once you enter the playoffs, you want to win the Super Bowl. And every year that you don't do that, it is a failure. Now, for what people say, there are lessons that can be learned in failure. Yes, there are. But it is a failure nonetheless.
Law Nation.
Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And we didn't get the results that the Cowboy Nation was looking for. You know, this was the year that we all supposed to look back at and say, hey, at least make a deep run. And the Cowboys, like my guy Jesse Holly said, it's a failure. It's a complete failure. But we were 12-5 for 3 years. What we want, a cookie for that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the Cowboys got some hard searches to do, some researches to do down the stretch.
Miss Turner.
I agree. I think some changes need to be made.
Sam Cook.
Some changes need to be made, for sure. I think defensively, especially. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that defense was Swiss cheese to say the
Not
least.
Swiss cheese.
It was Swiss cheese. There's holes all in that thing. You know what I'm saying? You could run it up the middle, throw it up the middle. Just, hey, we going up in the middle. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened in that game. It was such a disappointment.
Yeah.
Seeing that game.
Right.
So now the question everyone asks: where do the Cowboys go from here? Okay, I'm pretty sure everyone has their own opinion on where the Cowboys go. Are they going to make a coaching change? Are they going to stick with McCarthy because he has 1 year left on that deal? What do we think about that?
Well, here's my thoughts on it. You know, Jerry Jones said one time before that he kind of gave up too quickly on Chan Gailey, you know, and now he's looking at it with this situation. Every year we've been a plus 500 with my guy Mike McCarthy. We all know that Mike McCarthy is better than Jason Garrett. That's a given, right? But the problem
think the
is
doormat is better than Jason Garrett.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry,
gosh.
I apologize.
Might be right.
right.
No lies were told.
But we want the results, man. We looking for the results, and right now we looking at what, almost 30 years of us falling flat on our face, and it's the way we lost too, and not being prepared. And I think that the Cowboys just wasn't prepared, and this doesn't give us any bead of confidence heading into the 2024 season. It don't.
So what do you say is, you say not being prepared?
Right.
Think a big part of that not being prepared is Dan Quinn taking interviews to be a head coach somewhere else. You think that played a factor into it?
A man doesn't quit on the first day. He doesn't commit suicide one day. You know, it's a build up. It's a build up of those type of transgressions, right? So when I'm looking at and no offense to anyone, I know that's a very sensitive word, suicide, but I'm looking at it like this though. When Overshawn went down in training camp, right?
Correct.
Right? Excuse me, LVE went down this year.
Yeah.
What did we move? What did we make in a move to replace that, to replenish that?
And don't forget Trayvon Diggs went down.
Trayvon Diggs went down. Right. Great teams figure out ways to remove that excuse because one thing I know for sure, two things for certain, an excuse will come to your door with a 3-piece suit and knock it. And it's going to look real good because what happened here is that the Cowboys didn't make any adjustments. They didn't bring in a linebacker. They used safeties as linebackers. And, of course, my guy Deron Bland did a phenomenal job flexing to the outside. But the problem is with all of this is that we still had holes on defense. Great teams figure it out. What the Niners did is during the season.
Boy, they got Randy Gregory. They traded for Chase Young.
Yeah.
It's like unlimited. They were on Madden. They turned the cap space off. That's what the 49ers did.
Right. And what the Ravens do last year. They went and got Roquan, right? Because they wanted to fill and solidify a hole to let people know their identity is defense. What is the identity of the Cowboys, Jesse?
We've still been asking that question.
That's
a question this is not a Mike McCarthy question.
It was general.
It was a Jason Garrett question.
Right.
It was a Bill Parcells question. What is the identity of the Dallas Cowboys? And to your point, Law, when you talk about this team, we talk about in game planning, complementary football, right? One hand washes the other. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. I also think this team was built in a complementary fashion, meaning we can go small. We can have smaller linebackers because I'm banking on my offense. Okay. I'm going to build this thing in preparation to saying, well, that offense – with the quarterback and the receivers and the running back and all the resources are over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? They have the Brandon Cooks of the world who's a walking 1,000-yard receiver coming into this year. All of these things you talked about, Mike McCarthy and the West Coast offense / Texas. Everybody was saying this offense is getting ready to take the next step.
Right.
Well, cool. We'll play from the front then. And now what's going to happen is teams won't have the ability to set up and run on us all day.
Right.
Because they'll be down 10 points. They'll be down 14 points. So now what do they have to do? They got to pass the ball.
Right.
Which falls right into our hands. Now my big nickel makes sense. Now my big dime makes sense. Now Micah Parsons coming off the edge makes sense.
Right.
What happened was the two did not always work.
Yeah.
It didn't coagulate. It was well, are we good enough defensively to step up and make a stand when our defense and our offense isn't playing well? Are we good enough to make a stand when the defense isn't playing well? So sometimes in these situations, I need
Right.
I need the hand that's supposed to scratch my back.
Right.
I need them to scratch my back. I
Right.
need the offense to hold me up sometimes. Sometimes
Right.
I need the defense to hold me up sometimes. And too often than not, when we got in those real big game situations,
Right.
this defense was playing from behind. And when the offense isn't giving you these points and allowing you to get out there in front of this thing,
Right.
now what ends up happening is you get a chance to expose the defense.
Yeah.
And so it just was one of those things where I needed my other hand to scratch my back, my other hand to watch the other.
Right.
And at times, one of them left the other one a little bit dirty.
Man, but also you said, Law said things. He said something. He's like, good teams make changes throughout the
Right.
season. Let's give them credit. They had, outside of the draft, they had a good offseason. You spent nickels on the dollars for
Right.
Stephon Gilmore. Same thing for Brandon Cooks. You got another team to pay part of his contract. So you added things you needed because Stephon Gilmore, I'm pretty sure, is a way upgrade over Anthony Brown. Sorry, Anthony Brown. It is what it is.
Right.
It's a way better version of him. Brandon Cooks was an upgrade over Michael Gallup. You saw what we got out of Michael Gallup this year.
But let me pause right quick. We shouldn't reward them for things that they're supposed to do.
You're absolutely
You know
right.
they're supposed to do. You're supposed to go out there acquisition. You're supposed to go out there and find
Do your
better
job.
players. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do.
supposed to
You're
do.
supposed to take your bath before you go to bed. We shouldn't say, okay, let's give them some flowers for doing that. So when they went out there and grabbed Stephon Gilmore, we kind of celebrated for it because the Cowboys normally were static with the offseason. And when they went and scooped up Brandon Cooks, we all had a champagne popping everything, bottles and everything. We're like, yeah, Cowboys are finally moving.
We
But
said,
those
we
are
the
things.
boys. This is our
Yeah, we
year.
the boys, baby. Yeah,
et cetera,
yeah,
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so real quick, let me introduce our special guest.
Got a legend in the house, man.
Mr. 6'3" himself, Mr. Ice Ring Paint Job himself. Shout out to the guy at the Road Music in the building. What up, baby?
Hey, what's up with it, man?
What's up,
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad, I'm a little late, but I'm here.
baby? Hey,
Yeah.
they say he may not get here when you want him, but he arrived. I guess
You right on time, man.
You right on time.
In the hot seat, man. We talking about them Cowboys.
Talking about the Cowboys. What was your thoughts on this season of the Cowboys?
Man, good thing I had 3 days to process this, this season, man. I mean, you want the real, or you want me to tell what some people may want to hear? Which it depends. I can go
The
two
real.
ways.
We want
the
the real.
The real deal over there.
So the real deal is for the very first time. Like, I mean, I've always been a Cowboy fan. I've always been the one that put the,
Right.
no matter what, we rocking with them boys. We're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'd have been disappointed a lot, but honestly,
Right.
I could honestly say, 3 days after processing the season, this is the first time where I'm actually embarrassed
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
how that turned out. You get what I'm saying? And it's for a number of reasons. It's not even just because we lost in the playoffs. It's not because we lost in the first round. Obviously, it was a lot of historic stuff we did on the bad side, like being the first team to lose to a 7 seed. We won like 16 home games straight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just to come to the first round and lose. But my whole thing about it, man, it's about big moments, and I don't see us being ready for the big moments.
Nope.
Like, we could talk about all these key components, players, and everything we got. We know we got the talent. We could talk about, substituting this and that and getting a new coach, all this and that. But honestly, we just ain't ready for big moments. You get what I'm saying? Like, we too hyped. We got everything. We got the hype. We got the talent. We get there and we fold. You get what I'm saying? And that's the part that embarrassed me, because it's like, I don't mind losing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, if we're going to go in there and we're going to go out, we're gonna ball out. And if we lose, we lose. It should be because the team was just a better team.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But not get dog walk like we
man,
did.
bro,
Yeah,
embarrassed.
yeah,
It
You know what I'm
seems,
saying?
it seems
I-
like every single time it matters, we can't get it together. Every single time.
And I got nothing good to say about either side. The defense, the coaching, the quarterback, the offense. I got really I really processed this game, and I'm just like, I didn't see nothing we did good. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you can't be like that in the playoffs. It's just with any type of sport, any type of situations, it's about the big moments. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, for whatever reason, we ain't getting past those big moments, and we can do everything else, and now nothing else matters. I don't care if we have a 12-5 season or whatever, or we win
Right.
12 games or 13 games. I don't even care if we go undefeated in the season now, Because the only thing I can think about now is what we gonna do when we get to the playoffs, and I don't feel that good about it. If I'm
This,
being real.
this man came here on fire like he was NBA
man,
Jam.
And that was the PG version.
Version, all right. So real quick, we're gonna do a little thing. It's called should they stay or should they go? You know,
Okay.
we kind of did this with Law Nation on the podcast. If you ain't seen that, you make sure you go watch that. So we're gonna say some names. Should they stay or should they go? Okay. Start off like this: unrestricted free agent, left tackle Tyron Smith. Should he stay or should he go?
Let the ladies go first on that one, then. Come
I'd
on
say
with it.
stay.
Yeah.
I say stay.
Was he second? He was second team All Pro. Absolutely. If you can give him another deal like you did this year, where it's structured for incentives, and it's not that much against the cap space, all means.
All means.
Stay.
All means.
Yeah, I'm out.
You out?
You out.
You out.
Yeah, I've been out with Tyron. No.
He said,
and
"I'm
the
out."
reason being is when Tyron is in there,
Yeah.
he's good.
Right.
When Tyron is in there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's the part that there were games that were lost this year because there was an absence of Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
And now what you have to do, because we're talking about if we're going to move this thing forward,
Right.
you got to start getting guys in there. Like you got to start playing some of these younger guys, drafting some of these younger guys. This is the draft this year that is littered with left tackles.
Yes.
This is going to be a heavy offensive lineman draft as well
Right.
as quarterback draft. So I think the new now if Tyron wants to come back on a reserve role, if you want to be a swing tackle, if you want to kind of back our new young kid up, then great. But I just think if there's one thing I do appreciate that Bill Belichick would do, he would get rid of guys 2 years before they got to their before their
peak.
prime. And the Cowboys continuously depend on hurt guys. Leighton Vander Esch,
Right.
Tyron Smith. You know,
Right.
guys who consistently get hurt. You look for them at times, you go, they ain't there no more because they hurt.
There's
You
an
know?
old saying, you get hurt, you're going to get paid in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
There is a crazy thing like that.
We
that's
just got
happening.
breaking news.
All right.
McCarthy saying the Cowboys aren't
Okay.
making a coaching
Oh my
change.
God.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They are
So I
not
thought they
making-
was going to meet Thursday and
I
Friday.
thought we were supposed to
but
meet yesterday, but I guess
It's Wednesday.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Wednesday.
It was real early.
Yeah,
So-
real early.
Well, we answered that question. McCarthy staying.
McCarthy is staying.
I guess he's staying. All right.
But hey, to be fair to Mike McCarthy, this was his first year calling plays, right? And it normally, Jesse, can you break that down? First year play caller, a lot of emotions and everything, a lot of hesitations and all of that. So break that down by it being Mike McCarthy, first year calling plays, jumping back on the horse.
Yeah, I think for him, and you saw that Dak literally will finish second in the MVP voting, right? So there's
Right.
something
Yeah.
that worked there.
True.
No, under no other coordinator, no other offensive coordinator had he had a year like he had this year.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's something that relationship has fostered
Yeah.
that brought some sort of level of success, right?
Right.
And I think as you get a chance to continue to go back, look at what happened this year, and if you're truly a self scout, like if you're
Right.
truly a coach that can go back and look and go, all right, where could I get better? Then I know that I have to do X, Y, and Z. And everybody talks about the analytics and bringing these things in. I always said if I was an offensive play caller, I just steal. I would just sit there and steal from everybody else. I would literally just, all right, here's our foundation.
Right.
But I'm gonna watch the McVays, the
Anything
Shanahans.
from that tree. Just shake the tree. Come on,
I can
Shanahan.
find 10 plays from each one of those guys and just go, here's what
Yeah.
we're going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here's a play that we have that looks similar to this. Here's what we're going to call it. I would just steal. But I think now giving it another opportunity to kind of really continue to grow that foundation and build upon this. And I know people don't want to hear that. I know right now people are in the 5 stages of grief. They're angry. They want some things to happen. This is a lot of people are in the bargaining mode, right? When you just want things to kind of move around a little bit and you're trying to put things together. And people want to see him going. But again, like I was telling you guys in the pre-show, when you get rid of a coach, and I'm not saying that some coaches should not be removed.
Yeah.
But when you get rid of a coach, you're going to bring in a new offensive coordinator.
Right.
Right? That would now require for them to either learn a new offense.
Right.
Yes.
And now the players that were in place in the prior offense, they may come in and go, well, I don't see CeeDee Lamb like he saw CeeDee Lamb. I see him like this. Well, I don't see Tolbert or Brooks or Gallup or Pollard, whoever the hell they bring back. I don't see Ferguson like this. I see him like that. And now there's another year that you're going to have to figure out under this new coordinator, how to work these pieces.
Yeah.
And when you got to go through that work, you got to go through the growing pains, and that may show itself in the most opportune times, and almost unopportune times is when you got a game on the line and y'all still trying to figure each other out. So I'm glad that Mike McCarthy stayed. He was a guy that I rooted for. Now I know that he had Aaron Rodgers when he was in Green Bay, but he had a lot of playoff success in Green Bay.
He did.
A lot of playoff success. And so I think another year with those two guys, Dak and Mike McCarthy together, it could get worse, but I think it'll get better. And we'll see I don't know what the playoffs are going to bring.
The floor is 12-5, right?
Yeah.
That's the floor. So we at least going to be at
He's going to
around
the playoffs
12-5 and get the playoffs, right?
But history does say we're not winning the division next year. That's what history says. History says in the last 20-something years they don't.
There's been a repeat defender.
There hasn't been a repeat
Repeat
defender in
itself.
20-something years.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds about right to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see the light like people trying to see at this point. It was hard for me to get over it 2 years ago, and seeing it last year. And then I didn't even think we could get worse than last year.
Right.
And we did the worst that I think ever been done. I don't know of any. I can't even think of any team that was that hyped that lost like that in the first round. So I ain't really trying to hear none of it at this point.
So now it's up from here, though.
It's up
It's only up from here.
Man.
You know,
Or is it though? Or is it up from
I
here?
don't know.
I mean, because we could go down by not winning the division and not making the playoffs.
True.
That's going.
The world may never know.
Well, yeah.
I say being a Cowboys fan.
And let me say this.
Trauma.
What we just did, right? What we just did
Right.
is what Jerry thrives on.
Yeah.
Okay? What we just did in the last 30 seconds
Yeah.
is what makes him the most richest owner of a team in any sport.
In any sport.
That right there. Because some of us are going to say, oh, I guess it's up from here.
Right.
Some of us are going to say, man, I don't really know. But you're going to come back and see.
And he stole all of the attention because nobody's talking about the playoff matchups. They talking about the Dallas Cowboys. That's
Yep.
crazy.
I
That is
always
crazy.
tell people being a Cowboys fan,
Yeah.
it's like that woman that stays with her man that consistently cheats.
Right.
You know he's gonna cheat and do you wrong, but you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, ain't going
You gonna
nowhere.
stay.
Yeah.
The analogy.
What you say? You're gonna be a bottom bitch. You're gonna be a bottom.
I mean, it's crazy. It's just
Right,
sports,
right,
man.
right,
Being in football, you really don't got nowhere to go. Like you can't never really switch up teams. Like once you with a team, no matter once you done put 5 years in, 10 years in, you can't never switch up.
It's gonna look crazy if you decide to
gonna
start
look crazy.
If you start rooting for the Texans, right? That's gonna
Right.
look. They gonna be like,
I think-
Jerome, bro. You're
Yeah,
not
loyal.
What they gonna say to you then?
It'll be
You're
bad.
not loyal.
It'll be bad.
The Houston boys gonna be like, nah, bro, you can't come down here with that.
Where Jerry wins it, and I guess every owner, but especially Jerry, is like, it's because every football fan or Cowboy fan fear is like if we switch up now and we win in the next 2 years, you know what I'm saying? We got on a bandwagon for 30 years at this point. Like to go, you can jump off now and then we win anytime within the next 3-4 years, it's still gonna look crazy. So it's just like we got nowhere to go.
All right.
And on top of that, the defensive side of the court, if Dan Quinn leaves, right?
He's gone.
He's gone, right?
I believe he's leaving.
He's gone.
Normally they hire from within. So you're looking at Joe Witt Jr., Al Harris, or someone
If
like
Quinn
that.
doesn't, like Jesse, we talked off camera. If Dan Quinn don't take any of these guys with him, if
If all right, Dan Quinn go say, I'm going to be head coach, and then now we'll be co-defensive coordinators. Joe Witt Jr. What Joe Witt going to do? Because here's how I look at it.
Break it down.
Here's how I look at it. I go, if I'm Joe Witt Jr., if I'm Al Harris, right?
Okay.
Dan Quinn goes and takes a job. Let's say Seattle. I think he's going to Seattle. Okay, I'm looking at my options. I'm going to say, well, Mike McCarthy's kind of a sitting duck. He got 1 year left on his contract.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
They ain't giving no extension. So this could end in 6 months, 6 to 8 months.
True.
Dan Quinn goes over here. He got at least 3 years.
True.
So my financial stability says I need to go with 3 years, at least 3 to 4 years, where I'm going to
over there.
have financial stability. And even if it's a lateral move, even
Right.
if I go from being DC over here to DC over there, or DB coach over there to DB coach over there, the stability that I still have. Because now once Mike is fired, who's to say Mike's going to get hired again?
Yeah.
Right? He may not. It may be a year or 2 years before he gets hired again. Dan's going to get hired right now. I know his system.
Right.
I know his philosophies. I know what he wants.
Yeah.
And he's going to have at least 3 to 4 years to do what he has to do, I'm going with the financial stability, and I'm heading over there with
Job security.
The job security.
All right, so let's get back into this list real quick. We're gonna run through this list real quick. Should they stay or should we go? We said Tyron Smith. Most of us said stay. Mr. Holly said
I'm out.
he got to go.
And I like
You
Tyron.
think Smith.
I'm gonna say stay because I like him on the field, but I do agree he hurt a lot. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go with stay.
All right, Tony Pollard, stay or go? I'm out.
Out.
Wait. I just say, hey, bring him in for a cup of coffee. See how much they will offer him.
Nah, we good.
He's not going to be $6 or $7 million.
I think he's replaceable, man.
He's replaceable.
But
He-
here's
I
my
like
thoughts
Tony
on Tony
He
Pollard.
is, but he's a good player.
He's a good player.
He's a good player.
But when he has
Cowboys
help
need a
with
great
him,
running back.
But here's my thoughts on this.
There's a lot of good players.
I look at Tony Pollard. There's nothing wrong with being Nightwing. There's nothing wrong with being Robin. There's nothing wrong with being Luigi. He is not a starter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is the second guy, and you keep him continuity, and you just bring in another back. Two-way combo.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out because
You out?
Yeah,
You're
because
out.
I can find Tony Pollard in the draft for cheap.
Okay.
Cheap.
I can find him in the draft and get a guy in the 4th or 5th round and get a 4-year contract
let me look around.
for $2 million.
What if he's Deuce Vaughn?
Say my guy. Say my guy. Hey.
Shout out to Deuce Vaughn. But what
I have nothing personal. Like, I always have to preface this by I have nothing personal against Deuce Vaughn.
True.
I've met him several times. Nice young man.
There's no role for him. There's no role for him.
I told folks in August, and you know people on my Twitter, I said,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of DMPs in his future. Oh, you hating.
Oh, yeah. They
I said,
killed you on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. You was right.
Okay. Like, because you cannot be a backup or a backup to the backup and you don't play special teams.
Yeah,
You
true.
just,
Yeah.
it's impossible.
impossible.
There's no way I'm giving you a jersey on game day and you don't do nothing.
Nathan.
Like, only people get to do that, and they still got to do field goal stuff, is the backup offensive lineman. That's because you have to,
Right.
by NFL rule, dress 8 offensive linemen. That is a rule. Those guys must. You got to have your 5 that you got out there and 3 reserve. That is a NFL rule. So don't say offensive linemen are a must. So they don't have to do nothing else. The NFL says, because, of course, if I don't have them, then I really can't play a game without, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting my biggest asset, the quarterback, in risk if my offensive linemen aren't there.
Saquon Barkley and Tony?
I would
Or
love
Derrick
that.
Henry and Tony?
Saquon.
Saquon. I've been saying that for the longest. You know, me and him have these conversations.
Yeah.
Saquon is the ideal fit for this offense.
Yeah.
Pass protect, run the ball, catch it out the backfield. He does it all.
Saquon's not coming here either. Saquon he wants some money. He
All right.
gonna find some money.
So let's run through this real fast. Okay. Stephon Gilmore, stay or go?
I'm out.
Hey, man.
I'm out.
I'm cool with him.
Yeah,
I'm cool. The price is right.
Price is
I'm cool
right.
with him. Bring him back.
Bring him back.
Because, you get Trayvon Diggs coming back. We can move Deron Land back to the slot.
No, we're not moving Deron Band back into the slot.
Oh, he going to stay forever on the island.
100%.
On the out.
He's moving over to
Yeah,
two.
I believe he earned
Jordan,
that.
Jordan Lewis, you got your slot spot back now.
So do you keep? That's another question. That's my next question. Do you keep Jordan Lewis or let him
Yes.
go?
I'm in on Jordan Lewis.
Okay, yeah. He
Keep him.
performed really good down the stretch.
Okay. Dorrance Armstrong.
If the price is right. He had what, 7.5,
Seven
close
and a
to 8
half.
sacks?
Nine-
Yeah.
Or was it 9.5? I can't remember the exact number, but
I mean, he was productive,
Yeah.
for the limited snaps that he had out there on the edge, though. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah.
quick question. Do we see Dorrance Armstrong was a person that could replace D-Law? Because
No.
D-Law ain't got that much time left.
Yeah. You can't replace D-Lo.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
See, I'll say this quickly. People think because D-Law doesn't have the big sack numbers that he's
a big impact
his
guy.
significance, what they
I
do
think
now.
he had a good year.
Yeah.
He had a great year.
Best run stopper.
I say
Great
Be-
year.
It's a great run stopper for an edge. Probably one of the
Yeah.
best run stoppers as an
You
edge.
I'm keeping D-Law.
Yeah.
I think everyone already knows my answer on this guy, J-Ron Curse. See you later, my guy.
See ya.
Adios.
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 I think it's a mutual, mutual thing. All right. Dante Fowler Jr.
Bring him back. He was really solid, man. I think he had 6 or 7 sacks as well on the edge.
Yeah.
He was really good. They just need more reps.
The only reason why I say bring him back if we don't see a long-term fit for Sam Williams.
Oh, I'm out on him.
Oh man.
Well, that's not even a question for
Yeah.
now, but
I know, but when it's time,
yeah,
I'm out.
Yeah.
on him.
he's a knucklehead, bro.
Yeah, I'm
he's
out.
just his IQ is not there. Like it's just so many dumb penalties and plays. I'm like, yo, what you doing, my guy, bro? Like, yeah, okay. I'm gonna butcher this name. Noah Iguanu.
Noah Igbenogany.
He gone.
Yeah, Igbenogany, whatever.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about. You don't have to have. Nobody has to vote.
No, yeah,
he's
yeah.
gone.
He's gone.
Nobody has to vote. He won't be here.
Yeah, he won't be
He
here.
won't be here.
Jonathan Hankins.
I mean, we don't have no other big size guys. You know, at least bring him back for a cup of coffee, you know, and see whether or not, you know, he can do anything for us down the stretch. Again.
Long snapper Trent Saig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chuma Ubadoga. What's his name?
Chuma Idoga.
Chuma Idoga, okay.
Yes, bring Chuma back.
Really?
Chuma.
You can't find.
guy, you know.
I'm gonna tell you right now. When
Only
Home-
at guard. If he's playing backup guard.
when Home Depot opens up, go down there and tell them you can find offensive linemen. You just can't. You can't find. He's not a starter, but
I like what my guy Scott Walker says. He's great, but he had those glitches, right? He just glitch every now and then, but he's pretty good.
Neville Gallimore.
He gone, dog.
Yeah.
He gone.
He has.
Bye-bye.
He never improved.
he gone.
Yeah.
See you, bro.
No improvement with the guy. Okay. Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, I like Rico. Bring Rico back.
I like Rico actually.
Yeah, bring Rico back.
Salute to Rico. He's a hard runner too.
Yeah.
Tyler Biadasz.
He gone, man. I think he probably go.
Who's gonna be your center then?
I mean, they're going to draft one or go into this free agency, man, and pick up somebody, you know. That's what they're going to do. But, look, 2 years ago, he'd never allowed a sack on Dak Prescott in 2 seasons. But this past season and a contract year, he didn't play up to the level that we were all looking for. Yeah. No push off of that line there. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think in this heavy offensive line draft, you can go find you. And, you need to have a bigger center. That pocket was compromised a lot this year simply because of the sheer size that he was. He just wasn't a big player.
I think that also with them having Mike Solari with a new offensive line coach, different. You know, that was kind of like he did a lot of pan to pull. They did a lot of movement. He just didn't do good for us, you know, in this system, unfortunately.
This person's not a free agent, but Michael Gallup.
Oh, that's easy.
What you gonna do, man?
Wait, what are you doing?
He's out of here.
Mr. 6'3", what we got?
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, I like Michael Gallup. I don't think he had a great year. I don't see him. I don't see that was a really hurting spot for us. Like I feel like our receivers is good. Of course, you can always if we can get a better receiver, of course. But I don't. I'm cool with Michael Gallup. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
but you drafted Jalen Tolbert for a reason,
Yeah.
right? And him sitting up there—that's a high draft pick, a 3rd round draft pick. You should at least get him more and more snaps. I
Next
think
year
that he
will be
can
his
do.
3rd year too.
Yeah.
When Michael Gallup said to the media, about like week 3 or 4,
Right.
when he had no catches or something like that, he said, "I'm just happy to be here." I said, Come on, no. He's just like, listen, I'm not trying to rock the boat. This $11 million coming to me this year, one way or another.
Right.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
That's the number one reason why.
I'm out. I'm out.
I think
And
Michael Gallup got me so. I remember, when we first got him, I seen him do so many great things that he haven't done in a while. But it's like when you see that, he got that. You feel me? Like it's just like I know this star somewhere. That's what I always felt about Michael Gallup because I saw Michael Gallup when he first came in. Like he was. I mean, how we look at C.D. Lamb, like it was a little point where I'm like, Michael Gallup might be that guy for real. Yeah. So I know he got that in him. He definitely didn't have a great year this year.
He had a great playoff game, and that right there is celebrable.
But listen though, now that's a big thing. It's like you really gotta evaluate everything from a playoff level at this point. Because now I don't really care how good you was in the regular season. I mean, of course that matters, but how much do it matter? You get what I'm saying? Who gonna show up in the moment when you got them butterflies and the moment's on you and you know it's a whole different type of game and everybody coming for your head and you the biggest team in the world and you're on the biggest stage. That's them the games we should evaluate every last one of those for the last 5 years and then pick the players out of that. That's what we ain't really done. You get what I'm saying? Like I bet it'll look a lot.
The bones will be bare.
You know what I'm saying?
The bones will be bare.
Wait a minute. We just went 5 years back and started at all the playoffs and put every I don't care if they had a bad regular season, what position they played. Let's see what everybody did in them games, because that's the only way I can look at the Cowboys at this point.
I know you got this segment going. So with that being said, and I'm not trying to put you in a box though, bro. So that means that you look at Rain Dakota Prescott differently now, though, in the playoff game.
Man,
What's your
I'm
thoughts?
looking at it how it really is, man. Like, I really want to see Dak do good. You know what I'm saying? I think as a person, I think as a player, he good. He obviously got a hurdle that he haven't learned how to get over yet. You know what I'm saying? And it's those moments. But at the end of the day, when you just evaluating everything, the only thing about that is we really got nothing else to compare it to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm talking about, when you put at every position, just like how you said Michael Gallup had a good playoff game.
He did, yeah.
If he had a good playoff game last year, because we had 2 playoff games last year, right? Or we just had one?
We
had 2.
We lost the second one.
We lost the second, but we did play 2, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if he had a good playoff game or 2 good playoff games this year and one, boom, then that may make me look at it differently. I don't got those stats to see how he played in those 2 playoff games the year before and the year before that and the year before that. Because at this point, when it comes to the Cowboys specifically, I think that's how we should be looking at that, You
know who's sitting back smiling right now? No, this is I feel like who's sitting back smiling right now that the heat isn't on him and it should be?
Oh,
Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Oh, Micah's like, oh yeah, talk about that.
You're talking about, yeah.
Because I didn't show up at all. I didn't show up at all.
I did want to see more Michael Parsons.
He literally had his worst game.
Yeah, facts. Now he did.
And we go back to playoffs. He's come up short, very short.
How many playoffs have he played?
Three.
So 2 last year and this year.
And he came up short. He disappeared both times against the Niners.
Well, we can only judge him by after
4
next year. I give people
playoff games.
I give him 3 years.
Yeah.
You come and what he do next year determines that. You get what I'm saying? Like
he didn't show up, boy. He had his worst performance. He had his worst performance.
I definitely was upset.
He's sitting back right now saying,
talk about that.
Talk about McCarthy. Talk about the rest of them. Cause don't come at me because I said I was going to be effing phenomenal and I'm the Lion. I'm supposed to be the best defensive player in the league. And they compared me to LT and I came up a little. I was LT, but it was some more letters in between. And it was like LITT, LE. I came a little in the biggest moments.
But let me ask you this, though. Are you more of Parsons being an edge guy or an off-ball linebacker?
I think he can do it all, but I like him on the edge. Like,
okay,
I like
edge guy.
I think, with Parsons, man, like, honestly, bro, like, I think he's still the best in his position. I think the players got to detach from all the other stuff and really just get in the game. Like, I like Parsons a lot. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I don't think he know how much even, like, having a podcast, because these players listen to it. One thing Cowboys players got to realize, y'all got a different target on y'all back than any other team. Just by as soon as you draft it or trade it to the Cowboys and you put on that jersey, like, the players are looking at y'all differently. Like, they can't wait to play y'all. Every game, every team got the Cowboys circle. And where if the people who's going to be guarding y'all are going against y'all, they watching everything. So if they can have a bad game every year, but if they play against the Cowboys, they going to feel like they had success. So the players got to know that. And I think Michael Parsons, he young. They're looking at it from a different type of point of view. You get what I'm saying? I just want to see people like Parsons locked all the way in the season, because I really believe like he's one of those players that's truly unstoppable, like a CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is just truly unstoppable in my eyes. Like, it's just certain players that got that it factor where if they locked in, like, you can't stop them. They can only stop themselves. And I see that in Parsons. I see that in CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it in a lot of other players, but
my biggest gripe at Micah Parsons is Micah Parsons, to me, this is just Jesse Holly, is probably the most selfish player on this football team. One of the reasons why Micah Parsons does not want to play linebacker, it's too much of a responsibility.
Oh, wow. Definitely more responsibility for sure.
I got to study harder. I got to now look at keys and formations and all that. See, when Micah get lined up and just go get the quarterback, and I'm not calling him a dumb player. I'm not calling him dumb at all.
True.
There's no thinking in that. That's pure natural instincts. You saw in the game when Micah had to drop back in coverage, fish out of water. He didn't know where to turn. He didn't know where to look, right? And even when Micah plays off the ball, he ain't reading nothing. He's just going.
Yeah.
He's just going. And so linebacker requires you to be able to adjust, be able to you got to really hone in and focus. Micah, and maybe it's just the youth in him, Micah doesn't want to study. Micah doesn't want to focus in. And I truly believe Micah wants to be great for Micah. And if the team just so happens to profit from his greatness, then cool.
Cool.
But I'm not willing to have my greatness sacrificed for y'all.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be better in that position, like in linebacker, just in reading?
No,
or do you really think? Where do you think he'll really be the most effective? Or do you think he can like grow into that and actually become that and be more effective?
When I watch Fred Warner, right?
Yeah.
When I watch Fred Warner,
This is a great example.
I see a dude who is so locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's, knowledge-wise is so locked in. If you just did sheer athleticism for athleticism,
Right.
he don't stand close to Micah.
Not
He ain't strong
Yeah.
as Micah. He ain't fast as Micah. He don't jump higher. He don't lift nothing.
Right.
But this up here, he laps Micah. And if Micah ever was to get into the Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu school of film watching,
Right.
Ray Lewis school of film watching, Fred Warner school of film watching,
Yeah.
bro, he could play anywhere. The problem is he doesn't want to.
Got to lock in.
He doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Because he said, well, I've already had success doing this. And I'm about to get the biggest bag in NFL history doing simply this.
This.
One of the reasons why he's always going to finish second and third to those other guys in Defensive Player of the Year award, because he don't want to play in the run game. He don't want to play in the run game. And the Myles Garretts and the T.J. Watts and the Nick Bosas and the Max Crosbys, they are down in, down out players. They play the run. They play the pass. They understand what they're doing. I think that is, for me, that is the biggest part of Micah Parsons' game. That, and again, it could come to a level of maturity.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I was gonna ask you. Did those other players like grow more into that, or were they off the bat?
No, that's who they were. Like Fred Warner, that's who he is. Like those guys, like Ed Reed, that's who he was. Ray Lewis, those guys understood that in order for me to be great, I had to have the most information that I possibly could. One of the reasons I think, two of the reasons I think with Micah is, one, he's the OG.
Okay.
He don't got no OG. He's the OG.
Yeah.
He dictates what happens around here. I've questioned it many a times. When I watch the Niners play defense, I see a defense that Fred Warner is taking these guys and say, yo, I know the day's over, but we're gonna stay 45 minutes longer.
Yeah.
I don't believe Micah's doing that. I don't believe he's the OG that's saying, Clark, so-and-so. So, hey, defense, we going in here after practice is over, and we going to put another hour in. As a matter of fact, y'all go home, take a shower, kiss y'all wives, y'all babies, y'all girls, y'all whatever. Meet me at my crib at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna have the chef come by every, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm gonna have the chef come by, lamb chop, whatever. Mom's gonna cook up something. We're gonna come over there and we're gonna bust this film down.
Yeah.
He ain't doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll see y'all on Sunday. And I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Now, when I do what I'm supposed to do, y'all gonna eat off me because they gonna double, triple team me, so y'all gonna eat. But all the other stuff, I don't want to sack. That's why he had to, when he went and had to play linebacker, he got on his podcast. He told anybody and everybody, I could just be more effective anyway. I don't need to be at linebacker. Da, 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 da. When he got upset earlier in the season, why? They had him doing these tackle in stunts, and he was the guy that he was stunting to get the other guy open. Oh, he ain't like that. No. I'm not getting him open. Stunt to get me open. That's the biggest thing. And I'll say the last thing is, and you hit on it, it's a culture that is built in Dallas, right? The Hollywood culture.
Yeah.
And that's never going to change. I don't care what coach you bring in. You can bring in Bill Belichick. Don't matter. It doesn't matter. Because Jerry Jones established that we are the biggest brand in the world. Nothing against law and what he does in his company.
Yeah.
But every single week, they got guys out there for autograph signings.
Yeah.
There's no more person that's more critical of his career than me, of me. I was a Jag. I was just another guy when I played for the Cowboys. I was getting autograph signings. I was pulling $40,000 in the offseason. Who the hell am I? And that is the nature of what the Cowboys are. It's everybody You know, they Cavante Turpin and Sam Williams, y'all threw a party the night before the game.
Wow.
Y'all threw a party the night before the game. Who the hell are you two?
I didn't even know that.
They threw a party the night before the game. It flies and everything.
The night before or the night of the game?
The night before.
That's crazy.
You mean how long?
Saturday.
We played Sunday, right?
They
Saturday.
had a party on Saturday.
Oh,
Wow.
the party was on Saturday. Or was that they made a party for Sunday night and they promoted it Saturday?
It was Saturday.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's why.
So, but that is the
didn't know that.
nature of the beast, the Cowboys.
But it's a gift and curse, you know. I mean, if you Jerry Jones, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the gift is you got the biggest brand. You're going to keep making money. It's going to be like the Hollywood of football or of sports. But it also affects the players, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been saying it for years, man. As soon as you put on the Cowboys jersey, as soon as you get drafted, you automatically at the highest level, you know what I'm saying? And with anything, once you get into that spot, like with anything, is going to automatically affect your mental and the way you look at it and all that. And I think that comes down to some of the issues that we have.
Do you think that there needs to be more of a discipline with this team, especially moving forward?
Who's going to discipline Micah?
Right.
Fair.
You get ready to make him. You're getting ready to make him the highest paid player in NFL history defensively.
Now, it is something that's fixable to this, and this may be far-fetched. I got to say this while it's on. It might be far-fetched. I don't know what structural this and that, but you see this come up all the time in the talking when you're talking about coaches. That's why if you get somebody like a coach prime, that's when you get something that changes that part of it, because it all comes down to a respect factor at the end of the day. I don't think, listen, if you got Deion Sanders as your coach, it's not even just because it's Deion Sanders. For one, that might be one part of it, but you gotta respect the gold jacket for one.
Right.
It ain't no way around that. For two, you gotta respect somebody who's also tapped in the culture that you care about. The players care about other stuff outside of football.
Yeah. Right.
They just do. You know what I'm saying? And he would be the closest to that they also understand and know that.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 37.
Right. I'm 40.
Yeah.
Deion mattered to us.
Yeah.
Deion don't matter to these 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
He don't matter
not the same way he would to
these
us.
22-year-olds didn't watch. I'm just saying they look at Deion, and this is why Deion has even said it. Deion said, "I'm never coaching in the NFL because the problem that I will have is a dude making $100 million who don't watch film." That's why Deion said, "I'm never coaching NFL."
Wow. But how many players do you think Deion Sanders would affect when he actually, if he were to call that part out in his own way? It's certain, not every player, we all know every player ain't going, some people just they don't care who it is. But you got a lot of players that it's a different type of respect factor. You know what? Deion Sanders, I'm gonna listen to what he say. He was a Hall of Fame. He was a culture changer.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a better chance that you might listen to that versus the next coach, and that's the part to fix. That's the only thing I can see fixing.
I get what he was saying though about the selfish aspect of it. Like we was talking about who we gonna keep, who we gonna get rid of. We had Dorrance Armstrong, Sam Williams, as well as Dante Fowler and D-Law, right? All of those boys can play on the edge. Mm-hmm. Our weakest spot is where on this team? Linebacker.
Yeah.
We got a weak side linebacker, number 33, playing Mike. And we got a dude that's 205 pounds, Marquise Bell, being the other linebacker.
Yeah.
Both of those boys, they ain't better than Parsons.
The real leader would go, "Hey, coach, I'll play linebacker."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what the real leader would say.
Yeah.
We having trouble back there?
Yeah.
And I can help the be
Yeah. Let me be the LB.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's the difference.
Yeah.
And these guys are, I'm telling you, the culture of today's football
Right.
is a selfish culture. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a selfish culture.
Yeah.
And when you're here in Dallas, what you end up happening is you got 53 brands.
Yeah.
You
that's the
got
only thing.
53 brands. That is the gift and the curse, is that I got 53 brands. Micah has a widely popular podcast. And I'm not saying, do your podcast.
Yeah, do it.
I'm not saying, listen,
That's
my
new
brother,
age.
I ain't going to never tell you not to make your bread. Make your bread, do what you do. But there's 53 brands.
Yeah.
And when you got 53 brands, you got 53 dudes that you got to try to rein in to be unselfish. And really to see the greater goal outside of themselves. Yeah. And it's difficult when everybody's telling me I'm the greatest. Everybody's comparing me to LT. Everybody's saying that I'm the nicest thing since sliced bread.
There's nothing to humble you.
So now, and again, like I said, who is his OG? Right? Because what you're talking about is, in essence, from the Dion perspective is, right? And it could even be street code, right? Even today's street code.
Yeah.
The young boys don't listen to OGs. They out here just spraying. You're like, well, no, we don't do that. When I was growing up, when you was growing up, when the OG said something, that meant something.
It was always structured.
It meant something. When the OG said, yo, at 3 o'clock, when these kids come through here, we ain't selling or shooting.
Yeah.
We ain't doing none of that until these kids get off this block. You know what I'm saying? Till these kids come through here, that's when we go. And you respected that.
Yeah.
And it meant something, and you went and you honored that in a way that was held up throughout the community.
And I think that a GOAT or the leader can play in any spot. Look, Jordan played point guard if you need it. He can play small forward, power forward if needed, or he can be the shooting guard, but not necessarily power forward. But you guys get what I'm saying. Yeah. Jordan played all roles because it's all about the benefit and the betterment of the team.
All right. So
Basketball.
we got to wrap this thing up here. So in closing, real quick, I want everyone to say what they think this team's biggest need is. Start with Ms. Turner here.
Defense. 100% defense.
Specific thing on defense you think?
Probably another linebacker.
Okay. Mr.
Some
Holly.
DBs.
Man, linebacker. Linebacker. Because I broke down linebacker and why Marquise Bell and others didn't play well at linebacker.
Yeah.
With that, we don't have time for that. I broke that down when we were talking about pre-show. Run fits and scheme and all that kind of stuff that people don't even talk about when it comes to stuff like that. So for me, you need some front seven people. I'll say front seven, defensive front sevens.
Mr. Law.
Yeah, two things that travel: run game and defense. Right, and I'm looking at what our most need is, like you said, linebacker. I want a linebacker that grew up, all he loved watching was Ray Lewis. Grew up, all I want to do is be a linebacker, and I want to be a linebacker since the age of 3 with the linebacker neck and everything. That's all he want to do is say, hey, I'm going to put in the middle of the field, I'm going to be like Ray Lewis. Yeah. I think we need one of those things here. And keep Parsons on the edge if he want to stay there then.
6'3".
Man, I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna say what we need the most is the ability to rise to the occasion, aka motivation and accountability. Which obviously that points me in the direction of a coach, a real. Because we got the listen. When
Sound
I
like
see
the
the
next single to me. Sound like my next single to me right there. Hey, 6'3", sound like my next single right here. What I need is.
Yeah.
Hey, that might inspire your project.
Come on now.
But in our reality, when I look at the Cowboys on paper and everything, I mean, you see the talent, like defense and offense. We got Darren Bland this year.
Right.
Last year, this time, we didn't even know who he was as a collective. I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, it lets you know, like, we got firepower, we got star power, we got the talent. It's something that's happening in these moments. I'm telling you, like, the regular season shows you that we're a good team.
True.
And borderline could be a great team. We lost games we shouldn't have lost this year. We shouldn't have lost to Arizona.
Right.
We shouldn't have lost. It's things that could have put us 14 and what? How many games is it?
17.
We should have at least been 14 and whatever else. 14-3.
Yeah, I got you because we shouldn't have
would have
lost
made
to
us
the Cards.
would have made us a great team. So we that on paper and we got that talent wise. And even when I think through the players, I'm like, we got that. We missing something else that's got us something to do with that. The X factor that we talking about with the culture, the outside culture, that's probably affecting that moment, or I done seen great players in sports because I played sports shrink in moments and then get motivated and come to their greatest self. That happens in sports. It don't matter how good you are. It's something that's happening where if we go into halftime, we was down 27-0, something like that. 27-7 going to halftime, like something it got to be something in there. I don't care if it don't even got to be the head coach. It could be a player. But it got to really happen, not people that's pretending to do it. It's something that's not happening in them the moments and in those games, and we missing that, and it's showing us that every year that's where we getting to. Cause we not struggling in the regular season. We winning our divisions. You know what I'm saying? We getting to the playoffs. We almost hit home games for the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we would have played another home game, right?
Right. Yeah, you would have 2 home games.
And then went to San Francisco. So I'm saying, like, when I'm just looking at it from that aspect, it's like we got everything, but it's something we're missing on that other level, and that's the part right there that's kind of hard to talk about and define and the pinpoint. But that's what it is.
You're talking about culture there, you know.
More so.
You need to establish that.
I mean, I guess that falls more into that for me. So, yeah, for me, that's what I see from my angle.
So, everyone, real quick, shout out all your social medias where people to find y'all, follow y'all, all your programs you got. Sorry, Ms. Raya, let's go.
At Raya Girl, RAYAGURL.
Mr. Holly.
You can find me, Mr. Forthlong, MR4THLONG, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, go to YouTube, follow my show, Unfiltered with Jesse Holly. Please go follow that, like, hit the notification button, do all that special stuff you got to do to make me a part of your life.
Yes, indeed. Law Nation Sports, you can find me at lawnationsports.com, as well as Law Nation Sports on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. So be sure to check out lawnationsports.com.
I like how we all still call it Twitter. We ain't going to call it X.
X app.
X.
Yeah.
No, it is Twitter. It will be
Twitter now.
ingrained.
Mama call him Twitter. I'm going to call him Twitter.
Yeah.
6'3".
For me, The Road Music on Twitter, The Road Music on YouTube, 6'3" on Instagram. Or you can just put The Road on all platforms. It's going to pop up. You know.
And congratulations on the 100K too.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, man. I you know what's crazy is I man, and I hate to say it, but I rarely use my YouTube when you compare it to a lot of other different artists. But this year I actually got a plan to actually put more content on there since it hit 100K. You know, so yeah.
Congratulations, bro.
And make sure you check out all these special people that's been on Ray Ray's podcast. Some amazing people doing amazing things. Check out all their individual interviews on Ray Ray's podcast. You're gonna love it. Make sure you follow us, Ray Ray's podcast, Ray Ray's _ podcast on IG, Ray Ray's podcast everywhere else. We started off with positive words. We're going to end this thing with positive words, all right? So get your swag on, rub your hands on like your Birdman. Feel yourself. Tell yourself, I will boss up mentally. I will boss up spiritually.
Yeah.
I will boss up physically, and I will boss up financially. Invest in yourself. It's your boy Ray. Ray Ray's podcast, special Cowboys edition, all-star panel. Yo, we out of here.
Get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting